I've spent over $60 million on ads and worked with people like Patrick Bet-David, Cole Gordon, Jeremy Miner, and a lot more people you would probably recognize. I've seen people run ads and burn thousands of dollars. So I want to share the most important things that I've learned, because if you get it right, it can change your business and your life. So right now, I'm actually in Beverly Hills, California, meeting up with a few private clients and friends of mine that all came from running ads. And the first thing you have to realize about running ads is that you are acquiring data. And the first lesson is data is gold, okay? We live in an age and day where attention is the new currency, right? And while that is true, the most important currency in today's crazy changing times is actually data and reading the data to know exactly how to make strategic decisions. And when you're buying ads, you're literally just buying data. Think about ChatGPT. Why is ChatGPT so valuable? Because it has data across all types of information for all different types of people searching for all different types of questions. And when you run ads, you are literally acquiring data. You're buying data. And most people don't get that, because the reality is ads work, and ads have the ability to help your business print money. But most business owners think, I'm gonna flip on this ad switch and then just start profiting. The reality is you're acquiring data for the first 7 to 14 days, seeing what works, what doesn't work, and then using that data with those insights, knowing how to read the data to make optimizations. Those optimizations are what creates the results. Those results is where you can print the money, but you can't skip this process. And that's why businesses will happily spend thousands of dollars every single day to acquire more data. It's a different mindset. That is the mindset of an ad man. If you don't have that mindset going into it, you're gonna waste a lot of money and burn a lot of cash because you're expecting unrealistic expectations. So for example, yesterday I was at Ty Lopez's mega mansion party, meeting dozens and dozens of entrepreneurs making 7 figures, multi-7 figures, some even 8+ and 9 figures. And I was talking to one guy who's made over 7 figures, and he's done it all organically without any social media. He had about 4,000 Instagram followers, which could roughly just be his family and his friends. And he was telling me how he's never ran ads. And I was like, dude, you've built a 7-figure business without running ads. I've done that too, but now that you have that foundation, now it's time where you can actually scale and drive more traffic. The biggest thing you need is more attention. You have a proven offer, a proven business, a proven process. You just need more attention. Ads are the fastest way to get more attention, but I told them, this is not gonna work right away, most likely. In fact, you have to come in with that mindset, because again, you can't just expect for things to start working right away. Now, of course, if they do, absolutely, that's great. Hats off to you. But the right mindset is what can ultimately allow you to scale your business. You have to be willing to pay to play. You have to be willing to spend money and acquire that data. Because if you can't, or if you don't want to, then you're always gonna be stuck relying on those unscalable methods, okay? Data is the new gold, not attention. Attention creates the data, which allows you to make strategic decisions and really scale. The second lesson by far that I've learned after spending $60 million on ads is that creative is king, okay? It doesn't matter how good of a media buyer you are. You can be the best media buyer in the world. Hell, you could be Mark Zuckerberg's cousin, okay? But if you do not have a good creative that has a captivating hook and calls out your ideal customer and keeps their attention long enough to get them to click and actually learn more about your service, your product, or your offer, you're never gonna win, okay? You're never gonna get those ads to convert, and your campaigns are never gonna scale. Why? Because your targeting doesn't matter if your creative doesn't resonate with your target audience, right? Think about it. If I'm talking to business owners that want to sell a business, but I'm targeting people that are looking to sell a business, but my creative doesn't call out people who are looking to sell a business, they're never gonna click, because I'm not talking directly to them, their pain points, their problems, right? Their dreams, their desires, their fears, their frustrations. Your creative has to do the targeting nowadays. Media buying is becoming easier. These platforms are making it as easy as possible for anybody and everybody to hop on and spend this many dollars, thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars automatically. Why? Because they want to make the barrier to entry to running ads on their platform super low so they can make more money. That's what the goal of running ads is for those platforms: Google, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. But your job as the advertiser and the business owner is to create an ad that's so good, it speaks to the exact audience you're looking for and gets them and disqualifies everybody else who isn't them. You have to start with the creative. A great creative is very simple. You gotta have a strong hook that entices your audience and hypnotizes them. You gotta have a strong story that talks about who you are, why they should listen to you, why you're credible, and why people should care about you, and also gets them to educate themselves on what you're actually helping them with. And then last but not least, the close, okay? actually tell them what to do next. Make it simple. Tell them where to click, how to click, and what happens after they click so you can reduce skepticism and make sure your click-through rate is even higher. Hook, story, close. Creative is king. Without the creative, doesn't matter how much targeting you use, how much campaign structure, bidding audiences, all that is all just extra stuff. That's the 20%, guys. The 80% is your creative. Lesson number 3, if you don't have a solid sales process, an optimized sales funnel, doesn't matter how good your creative is, if your funnel can't convert. Most of the time, the sales funnel is what the biggest bottleneck ends up being in the entire process. And so you have to have a dialed in, optimized landing page, sales funnel, and make sure to meticulously tweak it time and time again after a week or 2 weeks of acquiring that data that you have, using those insights from that data to make strategic decisions on what to optimize in your sales process. Because for example, for our clients, we run high ticket book a call funnels all day long where our clients sell $5,000, $10,000, $25,000, $50,000 offers to everyday people just like me and you, okay? However, if their sales funnel isn't working, then it doesn't matter how good our creative is, they're gonna click the ad, they're gonna get on the landing page, and they're not gonna do the next step. They're not gonna opt in into their information to learn more about how the offer works. That's why it's so important to have an optimized sales funnel. Now, of course, you don't have to have this all perfect before you run ads. Don't let this bottleneck you from starting. You have to buy data. That's why I told you, the mindset around data is gold. You're acquiring data. You use that data based off the creative you create to understand what in your sales process needs work. For example, is it your landing page that needs to be optimized? Maybe you need to reduce the friction. Is it your VSL that needs to be better quality? Maybe it's just not enticing enough and people are watching it and dropping off too quickly. They can't even learn about your offer. Or maybe it's your application. Maybe there's too many questions on it, not enough people are actually going through it to actually book a call. Or maybe on your book a call page, people just can't book a call because your calendar link isn't working. You see how many steps there are in your sales funnel after someone can actually click on just this one type of offer? There's a lot of things you gotta work on. And even if they do book a call and they hop on with your sales team, or maybe even you, can you actually convince them, okay, by first understanding what their problem is, diving deep into their pain points, their frustrations, their biggest challenges in their business, understanding what they're actually going through, and then communicating them into a way that actually shows them how your offer can bridge the gap from their problem to their desired situation, their desired life, their desired solution, and how you are the missing piece that they've been looking for. Because if you can't do that on a sales call, they're never gonna buy, you're never gonna collect the money, and you're always gonna be unprofitable on ads. There's a lot of steps in the sales process. That's why you gotta make sure your sales funnel and your sales process is dialed in, because your campaign will never be profitable if you don't optimize your funnel, okay? Ads get people to the sales funnel. Your sales funnel is what gets people to actually buy. You gotta have both. Make sure this one is optimized. Dial in your sales process, okay? That's a big one. And if you wanna see the exact sales process and sales funnel that we use to print money with paid ads, then click this video right here and you can see exactly how we do it. Lesson number 4, you wanna go after low-hanging fruit. You know that data is powerful, data is gold. You know that you have to have a good creative, creative is king. You know that you have to have a dialed in sales process and sales funnel. But even if you have all 3 of those things, the stupidest thing you can do, in my personal opinion and my experience after spending $60 million on ads and working with some of the biggest names in the entire industry, is going cold first when you start your campaigns. What does that mean? It means going after people who do not like you, okay? Going after people who do not trust you, and going after people who just don't know who you are, what you're offering, and why they should care. Where instead, what you should do is just like we're doing with this tree right now, to get the lowest hanging fruit possible. Why? Because it's a lot easier to stand on this tree and jump up and pick up one of these leaves that are closer to me than trying to climb up this entire thing and go after the tree and leaves that are at the very top of this tree. You see? Because low-hanging fruit allows you to get quick wins, quick conversions, quick sales. What does that mean? It means retargeting. Retargeting is one of the easiest things and the lowest hanging fruits you can use with your ads to get in front of your most ideal prospects and get quick wins. Whenever we launch ads for a new client, the easiest thing, simplest thing we do, this isn't a secret, we run ads to get in front of their already existing traffic. If they're running Facebook ads, for example, we create a YouTube ads campaign and we remarket their Facebook ad traffic on YouTube. So the next time someone who clicked on their Facebook ads watches a video on YouTube, their YouTube ad pops up before they watch their next video on YouTube. And guess what? That person's probably more than likely gonna buy because they already understand what the offer is. They've already seen it before. It's another impression as opposed to someone who hasn't seen it yet. This is one of the easiest campaigns you can do, and more importantly, the safest and cheapest campaign that also makes you the most money. Retargeting campaigns can be the easiest way to immediately create a profitable ROI on your ads, regardless of the platform. And again, this is the easiest way to make sure your sales funnel's dialed in, your creative is good, and you acquire the right data, because you want to train the algorithm, regardless of the platform, to know who your ideal clients are. And the quicker you can get them to the ads and convert them immediately when you launch, the easier it'll be for Google, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube to find more of those clients if they know who they're looking for, if they know who you're looking for. Retargeting campaigns, easy, make sure you use them. Lesson number 4, don't try to overcomplicate it. This is low-hanging fruit. So now that you know the most important lessons I've learned after spending $60 million on ads, I want to actually show you and walk you through a proven sales funnel, sales process, and ad strategy that you can use to scale any business past $100,000 a month in the quickest way possible. This is the exact system that I use and our clients use to add an extra 7 figures a year in their business at the very minimum. I walk you through everything step by step, the ad, the actual funnel, the metrics you should be looking for, and how everything should work and convert in conjunction. This is a video you do not want to miss. You can click the video right here and I'll walk you through everything step by step. Click the video and I'll see you there.